This is a video on WeBull. They have a real neat feature in your account when you see how much money you have or what your value in your account is, not just money, but any asset. They on your account, if you zoom in, they'll show you what your dividends receivable are, which is really interesting, I think. If you've held a stock on the um, X date, when they decide whether they're going to issue it or not to you. If you're holding it on that, um, then you're owed that stock whether you own the stock later on or not. So there's a usually time lag between the X date when they say here if you own it we're going to pay it, and then the pay date, which can be days, weeks later. And it's a neat feature because you can see what dividends you've earned, but you haven't really got, so you can get an idea of the income that may be coming into your account. But it seems to go away from the receivables and not appear in your cash. And I'm just wondering what's going on there. Whether they got a bug, whether everybody's seen it, whether because when I first started watching it, it was really bad. It was all over the place. They would have them posted in there two or three times, and it made no sense. So, and I was, moving stuff around quite a bit, so I'm not sure whether it was that or what. But that seemed to settle down, and they actually seemed to be posting in there what I should be getting. But then I can't, like the last one should have been a couple dollars, and all of a sudden it's disappeared on Friday, which when it should have been paid, and it hasn't showed in cash receipt, open cash or cash or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just curious what happened to it, whether they're holding it for a few days and making some interest on it, or whether they're just seeing something wrong. I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I'm kind of a details guy and like to follow it through and see and understand what's happening. So when I see something, I know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and what's going to happen. So, and I also use Robinhood, and it has very little detail, and seems like Webull gives you quite a bit, but then I'm not understanding those dividends receivable. And like I said, when it first started, it was all over the place and made no sense. So I figured they were working on it, but I would think they would have it so as soon as it comes out of their receivables, it goes into your on hand, and you have it available to invest, or at least it's in the bucket to become available soon. So it should move from one bucket to another, not just disappear for a couple days. And I don't know that it was because it was a Friday, you know, and it'll show up on a Monday. It just seems weird to me. So if you have any comments, to let me know. If you're seeing the same things, whether they've told somebody they're working on it, if they working on it, or what's going on. I'm just curious. Thanks. Bye.